Hello, everybody, and I hope you're having a blessed day, and I hope everything is fine with your family. I wanted to do a video because I've seen several videos out there saying that seeds are banned, okay? That Walmart has banned them. Well, they're saying they're calling them non-essentials and you can't get them. Well, that's not necessarily true. As you can see here, there's lots of plants at the Walmart. They had bell peppers, hot peppers, all kinds of herbs, tomato plants. Trust me, they have plants. Squash, they had oregano, parsley, all kinds of things that you could pick up and grow, plant. But that doesn't mean, you necessarily want to buy plants from a garden. Some people like starting them from seed. I do. And they also had a lot of seeds also. Now, that's not to say that every single Walmart has them. I know Home Depot does. Now, some things are not getting to some stores. It's just that simple. They're still having problems getting them there, but they're not banned. If something was banned, you wouldn't be able to find it anywhere. So, it's just the same problem they're having with everything else. In some places, in some areas, they're having a harder time getting it in also. And, not every Walmart has the same thing. Some Walmarts are having problems with eggs and butter and margarine, and others are having problems with milk, and others are having problems getting meat in. But see, the importance of it is that we should be prepared. We should have already been prepared, and like I said, we have the opportunity and the chance to be prepared. You can still find some of them online. Although I will say they're getting more expensive online because the smaller packets are selling out. And so now they're selling you a bigger packet for $29. That's what happens, and the prices are going to go higher. I never remember even paying $4 for a packet of seeds. Well, they are now. But remember, if we're saving the seeds, if they're heirloom, you'll have your own seeds. The thing of it is it seems like very few people were really prepared for what happened. The masks that, they don't have now, they had lots of them before. They did in the stores. People weren't buying them, though. As you can see here, look, there's lots of seeds, all kinds of different vegetable seeds. But people just, they don't stop and think of all the things that could go wrong, and they're not prepared. And so then when it does go wrong, they're standing there, well, what am I going to do now? It's like right now. They're saying before that don't wear masks, you don't need them. And now they're saying, well, public need them, but make your own. Because, they need the other ones for the health workers, which, don't get me wrong, I understand that 100%. I do. And I understand why they feel it. Because if you're a nurse and you're treating 20, 30 patients with corona, you definitely need something to protect you. The chances of you are much slighter because if you keep your distance from other people, they're thinking, well, if they keep their distance, wash their hands, chances are you won't get it. But you could have had those masks before easily. They carried them at Home Depot, Lowe's, almost any hardware store. You could find those masks. You could find an N95 easily. I did. I've always had them on hand. Why? Because you never know. Fire. I never knew when it might be needed. So I kept them. And that's what people have to do. They have to be prepared. They have to think ahead. You have to rely on yourself more and less on the government to be the solver of all the problems, because they can't, and they're not. Good grief. The government doesn't even know how to run itself. Are you kidding? And we expect them to take care of all of us? Yeah, right, okay. I don't believe that one. But if you get seeds, get the heritage kind, because you can save the seeds from them and replant them for other years and keep doing it that way. But seeds will last up to 5 years anyhow. So if you bought enough of them, you'll have enough for next year and the next and the next for the next 5 years. And they still do have them online too. So you could check there. If your Walmart hasn't gotten them in yet, you could check there. Because every place is different. Every Walmart's different. They're all getting different things in. But they're at several Walmarts. So it's not a ban on them. It's just a fact. They just haven't gotten them in. Like a lot of things they haven't gotten in. Or they're short on. Or they're limiting you to one because they don't have, enough because people are panicked. And so, people will calm down later. And then they'll go right back to their old ways again. And they'll do nothing to prepare. There's some that they won't. They'll say, well, we got over it. It wasn't that bad. It was only for a couple of months, and that was it. And they'll go back to their old ways. I mean, we had a recession that lasted a very long time, and people didn't learn from that, and they're not going to learn from this. But there are some that do, and there's some that do want to learn, and that are looking at this and saying this, wait a minute. I think maybe I should always be prepared and have a little extra food at home, a little extra water at home, just to be on the safe side. I mean, we don't know. People have lived in areas that have flooded, had hurricanes hit, tornadoes hit, earthquakes. We've already had a lot of problems. And we already know how slow it is to get things into an area when it's a disaster. Flooded. I mean, you can't get through floods. It's very hard to. And so, we all have already had disasters that have already happened. And so some will learn, and some will start to say to themselves, I think maybe I need to try to be a little more self-sufficient so I don't have to depend on the government every time. Now, don't run out there as soon as everything, kind of starts, maybe get back to normal, which I don't think it's going to be the kind of normal that we had before. I don't. But don't hoard. Don't go in and try to buy everything you see in sight. Don't do that because you're only hurting other families. And they have kids too. But, if you can put a little away, a couple of extra cans at a time, go that route. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Like I said, I could do you a whole video on what I think is going to happen and how I think that this is working towards biblically what the Bible says, and I think that's what this is all about. But I don't like to get into, there's kind of two topics. I don't care much for politics, and I don't like to get into religion. It causes too much anger and too many hurt feelings. But do I think this is leading to something else? Yes, I do. I'm not going to deny that. Do I think this is going to lead to more control? Yes, I do. I definitely do. Do I think this is leading towards revelations? Yes, I do. So, but I just wanted to let you guys know that there are Walmarts out there that have plenty of seeds. And those who like to buy the plants, there's some Walmarts out there, quite a few, that have the plants also. They just do. So, check your areas. They aren't banning it. They may just consider it in their area, maybe non-essential. They don't consider it as important, and maybe they're not transporting it there, but that's not to do with banning. Banning, when something's banned, it's banned. Nobody has it. That's it. That's the end of it. You can't get it once it's banned, so it's not banned. But then the trucks may be slow getting there. See, they may not be able to get the seeds into their area, and the Walmart in their area may consider other things far more important than garden seeds. And so they didn't order it. Or they didn't mess with it. Because they don't consider it to be that important. Now, those who want to grow a garden do. But I think most of those who wanted to grow a garden already have the seeds. I just didn't want people to think that this idea that, they're banning. It's not true. It's... they're saying that the meat plants have closed down. Well, I think a lot of things have closed down right now. I don't know. But I'll find out. Maybe make you another video. Hormel No, not Hormel. Yeah, Little Sizzlers is made by Hormel, and if anybody ever has thought about it, you can't even get Little Sizzlers anywhere. At least not my area, and from what I understand, they sold out and they're not making it anymore. So I don't get it, but that's a pork sausage. It was like a little Sizzler, little Link. Very popular in my area. You can't find them anymore. They don't exist. And I had somebody check in other states and they don't exist there either. And I looked it up and it's been sold, but God bless.